Welcome back to Broke Man Finance. My name is Adam, and over the past couple of months, really the past probably 5 or 6 weeks, there is one ticker symbol that has continued to pop up into my comments asking for us to check it out, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. In fact, it was number 2 in my recent video that I did of the most mentioned penny stocks on Reddit. The company that I'm talking about is 88 Energy, ticker symbol EEENF. People freaking love this stock and this company, and I'm not exactly clear as to why there's so much conviction about it, but everywhere I look, there's little rocket emojis sitting next to it, so you know it's serious. But in this video, we're going to talk about who 88 Energy is, some recent news that they've had, and is this play a YOLO or a no-no? And if you like videos just like this, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can continue bringing you videos that we feel like brings value to the viewer. And also, while you're at it, make sure to scroll down just a little bit to that description box, and in that description you will find a list of links that I consider my financial tools, and these are the things that helps me make and save money on the daily. 88 Energy is an Alaskan oil driller that operates 200,000 net acres at Project Icewine and 195,000 net acres at Project Peregrine, both targeting oil on the world-class North Slope of Alaska. It was said that these pieces of land potentially hold 50 billion barrels of oil. 88 Energy says its goal is to build a successful exploration and production company that delivers material benefits to its shareholders and contributes to the development of the regions in which it works. Going into March, there were several optimistic pieces of news that came out that sent this share price soaring. One was news that the company had located hydrocarbon-bearing zones during drilling at Merlin 1. Plus, a second well at Project Peregrine, Harrier 1, is scheduled to be drilled sometime next year, and 88 Energy says that it is targeting gross mean prospective resource of 417 million barrels here. The acquisition of the Umiat oil field was another big catalyst. The CEO of 88 even called it, the acquisition of the proven oil field at Umiat is a significant milestone for the company and its shareholders. And if we take a look at the balance sheet, their total assets are $85.36 million as of last year, and their total liabilities as of last year were around $26.45 million. That's more than 3 times what they have in debt. Now, assuming they don't add any more debt, that is a great number. There were a lot of things pointing to a positive 2021 for 88 Energy. Now, the play comes down to this. People felt like the finding of oil, the discovery of oil, was right around the corner. There was so much buzz and so much hype coming out of the 88 Energy camp. People were excited that 88 Energy's been there for a while now, so investors were excited that they were getting ready to find oil, and when they do, that share price is going to go soaring and could 10, 20, 30 times their money. For whatever reason, $6 a share is floating around all over the internet if the company strikes oil. Even on the conservative side, people were saying at least 60 cents. So you can see why, I guess, people were so excited to get into this company, but they felt like they were getting in at the early stages, because even at 6 cents per share, that was still 10 times in your money on the conservative side. Now, where those numbers were generated from, I don't know, but I have seen those same numbers consistently all over the internet. So for whatever reason, people like them, and they have attached those numbers to the company. However, a few days ago, the share price dropped from 8 cents to under 2 cents. The reason? There was a power outage from equipment failure, and the exploration had to be halted and prevented the company from sampling its 2 highest prospect zones. Investors read that the well had to be plugged, and they reacted. Meaning, if a well is plugged, it's dry. If a well is dry, that means there's no oil. If there is no oil, there is no revenue. This created a 65% drop in one day. That just goes to show you how volatile these stocks, 88 Energy, and really all penny stocks can be, that with the slightest bit of bad news, the share price can go tumbling. And it wasn't that the well was dry. They never said that. They just had to plug it for mechanical issues, and they plan on re-entering that well later on. But investors don't care. We don't care. We want to see oil. We don't want to see something getting plugged. We want to see revenue coming in. We want to see that product. That's just the way it is. Kevin Frank, a geologist and section chief of the State Division of Oil and Gas, even mentioned that the problem 88 Energy ran into with their equipment is a common problem in the environment in which they are working in, and made the correct decision to not attempt to go back into the well and risk more equipment malfunctions. Granted, I do not know that much about the oil and drilling industry. That is not within my circle of competence. I will be the first to admit that. But I do know this. 88 Energy is not producing a product. They're not creating something and trying to sell to a consumer. Their entire existence is based on them trying to find oil. Their entire success rate is all based on finding oil. And that's exactly what just happened. Here's the letter that 88 Energy just put out regarding finding oil in the sidewall cores in Merlin 1. They confirmed the presence of the oil previously observed in cuttings. I am reading that from the highlights right here. In the details section, it says the sidewall cores taken in the Merlin 1 well were analyzed at surface prior to being sent to the laboratory for further testing. Photos of whole core and small chips from the core were taken in white and ultraviolet light to determine fluorescence. The rock chips were also exposed to solvent to observe any cut. Fluorescence and cut are indicators of the presence of oil. And it's obvious, you can see the fluorescence right there, pretty bright. They did it. This is what Managing Director David Wall had to say. The sidewall core photos provide further evidence of the presence of oil over multiple horizons in the Merlin 1 well. Whilst these results are confirmatory of the cuttings data and were expected, it is reassuring to see. Now, obviously, they still have a long way to go before they have oil shooting out of the ground and raining down on them. But this is a huge catalyst for the company, especially after the stock fallen over nearly 70% just this past week. I will be the first one to admit I was wrong on this company. I have been very suspicious of it. I never did invest in it. And then whenever the drop happened and they had the mechanical issues and they had to plug the well, I thought, man, this is a wrap for these guys. This thing is going to take years. And whenever something is dependent on such a big factor, like I mentioned, their whole thing is finding oil. It's not like they have a plethora of products coming out of 88 Energy. Their sole purpose is to find oil and profit off of that. It's looking like they did that very thing, but you never know. The risk in it is you never know how long that's going to take. It's a very big risk, big reward, and it's looking like there could be a big reward at the end of this thing if everybody can just hold on to it. And I have a feeling that after the word of this news continues to spread, this is going to be a huge catalyst for this company, and you can see a huge run up in this share price this week. This company just got a lot of momentum injected into it. A lot more confidence just got injected into it. And those folks running this company have got to feel so much better about it, along with the shareholders. So congratulations to 88 Energy, ticker symbol EENF. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I hope those stocks keep turning green for you. And I hope everyone out there stays safe. And I hope everyone out there takes care.